Hare Krishna, welcome all of you for today's Srimad Bhagavatam session. Let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 7, entitled The Son of Drona Punished. Text 26. किमिदं स्वित्कुतो वेति देवदेव न वेद्म्यहम् सर्वतो मुखमायाति तेजः परमदारुणम्. Translation and purport by Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Arjuna continued, O Lord of Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand it. Purport. Anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is the standard procedure, and Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing this method for general information. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. We have been seeing in the previous 3 4 verses Arjuna offering prayers to Krishna when he saw that his own life was in danger because of the glaring effulgence of Brahmastra weapon. Arjuna did not know that it is actually the effect of Brahmastra. He also did not know that it was released by Ashwathama. But when he saw that it is a powerful uh, force that has been released and there is a glaring effulgence in the sky, and when he also saw that his own life is in danger, so he started offering prayers to Krishna, knowing very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And as we had discussed yesterday, Arjuna knew the position of Krishna, knew about his inconceivable potency, because he had first hand experience of being protected by the Lord Himself on the battlefield of Kurukshetra in various instances. So let us just recollect the prayers that Arjuna offered. We will just read the prayers that he offered. So in verse 22, Arjuna said, O my Lord Sri Krishna, you are the Almighty Personality of Godhead. There is no limit to your different energies. Therefore, only you are competent to instill fearlessness in the hearts of your devotees. Everyone in the flames of material miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. That was the first prayer, where Arjuna is glorifying Krishna, that he is the supreme, unlimitedly powerful personality of Godhead, and anyone who surrenders unto him can at once become fearless. In the second prayer, Arjuna said, You are the original personality of Godhead who expands himself all over the creations and is transcendental to material energy. You have cast away the effects of the material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. You are always situated in eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. So Arjuna said that you are the Adi Purusha, the supreme original personality of Godhead, the supreme enjoyer. And in this prayer, he also says that there is no effect of material energy on the Lord. And the Lord is always situated in his original position, which is eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. Then in the next verse, Arjuna says, and yet, though you are beyond the purview of the material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls. So he says that, O Lord, even though you are beyond the influence of this material energy, still you appear in this material world and you enact various activities for the benefit of conditioned souls, for the ultimate benefit of the conditioned souls who are all under the clutches of Maya. So Krishna is beyond Maya, but we are all under the influence of Maya in this material world dominated by Maya. Out of his causeless mercy, the Lord appears in this material world to free us from our conditioned state of existence and our slavery towards Maya. Right? And then the next verse, the fourth verse, Krishna says, thus you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are wrapped in meditation upon you. So, Krishna, uh, yes, I think we have not read this verse. Let us read the 25th verse also. Tathayam chatvaraste तथायं चावतारास्ते भुवो भारजिहीर्षया स्वानां चानन्यभावानाम् अनुध्यानाय च सकृत्. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Arjuna said, thus you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are wrapped in meditation upon you. Purport. It appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees. Everyone is related with the Lord. He is equal to everyone, and yet he is more inclined to his own men and devotees. The Lord is everyone's father. No one can be his father, and yet no one can be his son. His devotees are his kinsmen, and his devotees are his relations. This is his transcendental pastime. It has nothing to do with mundane ideas of relations, fatherhood, or anything like that. As mentioned above, the Lord is above the modes of material nature, and thus there is nothing mundane about his kinsmen and relations in devotional service. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. So Arjuna is saying in this shloka, Tathayam, Tatha, Ayam, thus. Ayam means this. Cha avataraha, your incarnation, te, your incarnation, bhuvo bhara jihirshaya. Bhuvaha means the material world, bhara means the burden, jihirshaya means to remove. So, thus, O Lord, you have appeared in this material world as an incarnation to remove the burden of this world. So, what is the burden of this world? The burden of this world is the sinful activities of the demoniac people. The Lord has got a purpose in creating this material world, which is to actually help the conditioned souls to revive their original identity, that they are eternal servants of Krishna, and thus enable them to become a resident of the spiritual world by correcting their misuse of their free will. That is the purpose of this material creation. But when there are certain mm, jivas who want to spoil the plan of the Lord, this world is meant for, this world is like a rehabilitation center. It is meant to correct the wrong understanding of the jivas and thus enable them, especially when they come to the human form of life, enable them to revive their relationship with Krishna, and enable them to go back to the spiritual world. This is the Lord's plan. That is why He has created this material world. But there are certain jivas who create obstacles uh, for others to achieve this perfection of going back to Godhead. So they themselves do not surrender to Krishna, and they also create difficulties for others who are trying to revive their relationship with Krishna. So as a result, they create a lot of disturbance for the Lord's plan, and such demoniac people are called as burden in this world. So burden of this world means those who have not understood the purpose behind this material creation, and those who are creating problems for others who want to go back to the spiritual world. They are called the demons. So when such demoniac population increases, the very purpose of this material world itself is put into, it is the purpose is being spoiled. Therefore, the Lord comes to maintain. So the Lord comes as different incarnations, and He removes such demoniac uh, personalities, the demons, from the surface of the earth, such that dharma is again established. So dharma means what? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitaha. Dharma means to carry out the instructions of the Lord. That is dharma. So those who are adharmi, those who do not follow the instructions of the Lord, they are actually called bhuvo bhara. They are the burden on this earth. And the Lord appears to remove such burden, right? And then that is what Arjuna is saying here. Swanam cha ananya bhavanam. Swanam means of his own friends, of the Lord's friends, Ananya Bhavanam, and of his exclusive devotees. Devotees who have taken exclusive shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. They are called Ananya Bhavanam. And Anudhyanaya, who are constantly, repeatedly remembering the Lord. Anudhyana means to constantly be in remembrance of the Lord. Cha asakrit. Asakrit means fully satisfied. So Krishna, Arjuna is saying in this shloka that the Lord appears in this material world to benefit his friends. Who are the friends of the Lord? The friends of the Lord are those who are serving his mission. They are the friends. In other words, the devotees of the Lord who know the purpose of the Lord behind this material creation. They are called the Swanam, his own, Lord's own people. In other scriptures, in other places in the Bhagavatam also, the devotees of the Lord are referred to as Vishnu Janas. Jana means people, Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. They are the people of the Lord, Vishnu Janas. Why? Because they know the purpose of the Lord, and they help others to achieve that purpose of going back to Godhead, going back to the Lord. So they are called Vishnu Janas. They belong to the Lord. So Arjuna is saying that the Lord appears in this material world for the sake of his devotees who are exclusively dedicated to the Lord, who are always in rapt meditation upon the Lord. So that is the purpose for which he comes to this material world. Now, in the purport, Prabhupada explains, the word Swanam is used. That means the Lord considers his devotees to be his own people, and the others who are not devotees of the Lord, they are not called as the Swajana of the Lord. That means the Lord is partial towards his devotees. Actually, Prabhupada writes that everyone is related with the Lord. Actually, everybody belongs to the Lord only. Because in the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahadyonir aham bija pradapitaha. Krishna says, all species of life, whether they are animals, birds, plants, beasts, whatever it is, human beings, They're all my children. I am the seed giving father, and material nature is the mother from whose womb the bodies are created for all these different species of life. That means the Lord is the supreme father. Everyone has got a relationship with the Lord. Now, the devotees are those who have understood this, and those who have not understood this are called non devotees. So, both belong to the Lord, but the devotees are conscious of their relationship with the Lord. That is the difference. So, the Lord is equal to everyone, but he is more inclined to his devotees. That is very important. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. Krishna says in the ninth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, I am equal to everyone, and no one is my friend or no one is my enemy. But those who are my devotees, who are always engaged in my devotional service, in thinking about me, I am their friend and they are my friend. I am in them, in their heart, and they are in my heart. In the ninth canto of Bhagavatam also, when the great sage Durvasa Muni went to Vaikuntha Loka seeking refuge from Sudarshana Chakra, Lord Narayana says this, the same point. He says, Aham Bhakta Paradinaha. I am fully under the control of my pure devotees. I know no one other than my devotees, and my devotees know no one other than me. My devotees are always in my heart, and I am always in the heart of my devotees. So, this shows how the Lord is, even though He is equal to everybody, even though He is related to everybody, He takes special care and special interest in the devotees who have taken exclusive shelter of His lotus feet. Now, that's a very important point that we have to realize. Yes, all of us belong to Krishna. All of us are children of Krishna. But when we surrender to Krishna, when we agree to follow his instructions sincerely and lead our life according to his plan, his direction, then we become especially dear to the Lord. So, this is the special quality of the Lord. In the Bhagavatam, it is also said, as we read in one of the prayers by Arjuna only here in this chapter, Bhaktanam Abhayankaraha. The Lord is ever eager to create fearlessness in the hearts of his devotees. The Lord always wants to protect his devotees. That is his special, he pays special attention to his devotees. Even though he is maintaining all the living entities in all the species of life, but he pays special attention to his devotees. Krishna says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. This is also from the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is saying, those who are always exclusively dedicated to my devotional service, always engaged in my service, thinking about me, for them I take special care of their yoga kshema. I preserve what they have and I supply what they lack. So, this is the Lord's special reciprocation towards his devotees. Just like, suppose if a father has many children and he is taking care of all the children's needs, definitely, because he thinks that it is my responsibility to take care of my children. But if he finds one of his children is especially very obedient and he always consults his father before doing anything, he's very obedient, he follows, he loves his father, then the father also pays special attention to such a child. Even though it's not that he dislikes the other children, he likes everybody, he loves everybody, therefore he is equal to everybody. But because this particular child is more obedient and he is exclusively attached to the father, so the father also reciprocates in that way. So this is the principle. So that's why here Arjuna is referring to the devotees of the Lord as Swanam. Swanam means Lord's own persons, his friends. The devotees are like friends of the Lord. So, for their sake, the Lord appears in this material world. That means, as far as killing the demons is concerned, the Lord need not have to take the trouble of coming personally to this material world to kill the demons. Because the Lord is present even in the heart of great demons as Paramatma. And if the Paramatma decides to leave the body and go away, then the body, is of no use. The soul cannot do anything in this world without Paramatma's intervention. So if the Paramatma just thinks that I let me leave this body, the body of the demon, let me go out, then over, the demon can be finished in a few, in a moment. But so the Lord does not come exclusively for killing the demons. That is a side business. The main business, the main purpose for which the Lord comes to this material world is out of his causeless mercy for the devotees. For the sake of the devotees, the Lord comes. Bhagavatam also says in one of the prayers, Bhaktanugraha Kataraha. The Lord is very, very eager to show his anugraha, special mercy towards his bhaktas, towards his devotees. He's very, very eager. Kataraha means eager. He is more eager to take his devotees back to Godhead than the devotees themselves are eager to go back to Godhead. That is his eagerness. So, for the sake of his devotees, the Lord comes to this material world and he enacts various pastimes. Another point that Prabhupada mentions here is the Lord is everyone's father. No one can be his father and no one can be his son. So, we see in, for example, 5,000 years ago when Krishna appeared in this material world, he accepted Devaki and Vasudeva as his parents. But actually, he is the father of every living entity, including Devaki and Vasudeva. They are his amshas only, they are his parts and parcels only. As Krishna says, Pitahamasya Jagataha, I am the father of the entire universe, entire material existence. Not only material existence, the souls who are present both in the material world and the spiritual world. I am the father for everybody, Krishna says. So Devaki and Vasudeva, they are also actually children of Krishna only. But because they are devotees of the Lord and they are pure devotees, they have special desire to have Krishna as their son. So Krishna accepts them as his parents. That is his favor upon them. Krishna accepts Devaki and Vasudeva as his parents. That is his favor. That is his way of showing his loving reciprocation towards the devotees. In the same way, we see in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Krishna had many queens in Dwaraka, Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambavati, Satya, many, many queens, and they're all devotees of the Lord. And these devotees, they had this particular desire to have Krishna as their husband, and Krishna reciprocated with their feelings by accepting them as his wives. And through these wives, Krishna also had many children like Pradyumna and Samba and many other children Krishna had. Now, of course, everybody is a child of Krishna, but these devotees, they are all participating in the Leelas of the Lord. So Prabhupada is writing here in the purport, the Lord is everyone's father, no one can be his father, and yet no one can be his son. His devotees are his kinsmen, and his devotees are his relations. This is his transcendental pastime. This It has nothing to do with mundane ideas of relations, fatherhood, or anything like that. So, this is very important to know. So, we should not consider Krishna's relationship with his devotees like Devaki Vasudeva or Rukmini Satyabhama or Pradyumna and Samba to be like ordinary material relationships of this world. In the material world, we are we don't choose our parents, we don't choose our relatives, isn't it? But Krishna chooses because he is the Supreme Lord. He chooses one of his devotees to play the role of his father or mother or wife or children or all of these personalities. And another important thing is in our relationships are all governed by the laws of karma, the laws of material nature. It is said, Runanu Rupena Pashupatni Sutalayam. According to Runanubandha, according to the laws of karma, somebody is destined to become someone's husband or someone's wife or someone's children. In fact, even a pet animal, suppose if person is having a pet animal in his house, that is also according to the laws of karma. That means the in the previous life there is some karma account between the person, the householder, and the pet animal, and that karma has led them to become again related in this life. So these are all very complex equations, complex, uh, as Krishna says, karmana, gahano karmana gatihi. The laws of karma are very intricate. They are not very easy to understand. So our relationships currently in the material world that we have with our parents or our siblings or our life partner or whomever it may be, it is all governed by the laws of karma. Whereas Krishna's relationships with his associates, it is completely on the spiritual platform. This is not on the material platform. It is not governed by the laws of material nature. So this we have to understand. So that is why the acharyas have explained that we have to understand Krishna's associates. They are all his eternal associates. Whoever participates in Krishna Leela, especially those who are related with Krishna in different devotional mellows or rasas, they are all eternal associates of Krishna. They are all to be considered as liberated personalities. They are all liberated personalities. They are all coming with Krishna from the spiritual world to come to this material world and enact leelas of the Lord and to give special, uh, special happiness or bliss to the Lord, to expand the bliss of the Lord. They all participate in Krishna's pastimes. So it is also explained similarly that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his associates, they are also liberated personalities. One should not consider that the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are all ordinary persons. No. Hmm? Just like anybody who is part of the king, his palace, his royal palace, they're all not ordinary people, right? They're not ordinary citizens. They're all to be considered in par with the king because they're all intimately related with the king. They all they all enjoy royal privileges in par with the king. The king, the king's parents, the king's wives, the king's children, the king's relatives. They're all not ordinary people because they're all connected with the king and they enjoy royal opulence as the king. In the same way, the associates of the Lord, the associates of Lord Ramachandra, the associates of Lord Krishna, the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they should all not be mistaken to be ordinary conditioned souls of this material world. So that will be a very big mistake if we consider so. They're all actually eternally liberated souls, and they have all come to assist the Lord in their pastimes. Therefore, the Bhagavatam is full of glories not only of Krishna, but the Bhagavatam also describes the glories of such pure devotees of the Lord who all played the roles of different relationships with Krishna. Like Uddhava, for example, is described in the Bhagavatam. So Uddhava is described as a pure devotee of the Lord. He played the role of a cousin and a minister to Lord Krishna, but he is actually an eternal associate of Krishna in the spiritual world. Similarly, Parikshit Maharaj, the Pandavas, and all these personalities, they are described in the Bhagavatam. They are all actually liberated souls. So, uh, so it is said As mentioned above, the Lord is above the modes of material nature, and thus there is nothing mundane about his kinsmen and relations in devotional service. Whenever we talk about Krishna, we also talk about Krishna's associates. Whenever we talk about Bhagavan, we talk about Bhagavatas also. Bhagavatas means those who have taken exclusive shelter of Bhagavan, those who have complete realization of Bhagavan, those who are fully attached to Bhagavan, they are called Bhagavatas. So, just like Bhagavan is transcendental to the modes of material nature, in the same way, the Bhagavatas, the pure devotees of the Lord, are also transcendental. So they are not to be confused to be ordinary conditioned souls of this material world. That is why Arjuna is referring to all these devotees for whose sake Krishna comes to this material world as Swanam cha Ananya Bhavanam. Ananya Bhavanam means they are exclusive devotees of the Lord. They have no Anya Vichara in their mind. Just like we study in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Yashoda Mai, she was constantly thinking about Krishna. While doing her household chores, she was thinking about Krishna. While churning butter, she was thinking about Krishna. After dressing up Krishna very nicely and sending with Balaram and other cowherd boys to graze the cows, throughout the day, until Krishna returns back to home, Yashoda Mai was constantly thinking about Krishna, and she would be thinking, "Oh, my son has gone to the forest to graze the cows. So I hope he will not fall into any danger. I hope some animal will not come and attack him." So she was constantly thinking about Krishna. So her whole life was dedicated only to the service of Krishna. This is called Ananya Bhavena, with full, complete attachment to Krishna. So, when one attains that state of existence, of being exclusively devoted to Krishna, always being wrapped in meditation on Krishna, that particular state of existence attracts the attention of the Lord. There is no other way to attract the Lord's attention. The only thing that the Lord gets attached to is if we have this pure Ananya Bhakti, pure bhakti towards the Lord. That attracts the Lord's attention. So, this is what Arjuna is saying. For such devotees who have taken exclusive shelter of your lotus feet, O Krishna, you have appeared in this material world and you enact various pastimes, and as a byproduct, you also diminish the burden of this earthly planet because of the demoniac people created by the demoniac people by killing those demons, right? Then next, Arjuna is asking in the verse 26, Kimidam swit kuto veti, Kimidam, what is this? Swit means, does it come? Kutaha, from where? Where from? Kimidam swit kutaha. So now, Krishna, after glorifying Krishna sufficiently, now Arjuna is asking the one question. Hmm? What is that question? Kimidam, what is this glaring effulgence that we are seeing here in the sky? Svit kutaha, from where it has come, O Krishna? Hmm? Deva Deva, O Lord of Lords, na vedmyaham. I am not able to understand, I am not able to know from where it is coming and what is this glaring effulgence all of a sudden in the sky. Sarvato mukham ayati. Now this is spreading in all directions. This this effulgence is coming from everywhere. It is spreading all around. This tejaha paramadarunam. This tejaha, this effulgence is paramadarunam. It is very dangerous. It appears to be very threatening to me, to my existence, O Arjuna, O Krishna. Where is this coming from? So the translation is, O Lord of Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand it. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is the standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing this method for general information. It's a very beautiful point Prabhupada is mentioning here. Even though it was a kind of threatening situation for Arjuna when he saw the glaring effulgence in the sky as a result of Ashwathama's Brahmastra, Arjuna did not directly ask Krishna, what is this glaring effulgence? From where is it coming? He did not ask directly. First, he spoke 4 verses before this in glorification of the Lord. He glorified, he offered prayers to the Lord. Then he submitted this question to the Lord. Now, Prabhupada says this is the way to present anything before the Lord. When you want to present anything before the Lord, presenting anything means what? Suppose you go and bring one tulsi leaf and offer to the Lord. So when you are offering to the Lord, you can pray to the Lord. My dear Lord, kindly accept this offering. You can pray. You can offer prayers. There are so many prayers in the Bhagavatam. If one does not know any prayer, the simplest prayer is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What is the meaning of this prayer? O spiritual energy of the Lord, Hare, Srimati Radharani. O my dear Lord Krishna, O my dear Lord Rama, please engage me in your devotional service. This is the prayer. This is the meaning of the Hare Krishna mantra. So, if one does not know any prayer, the best prayer to offer is this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So, you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and then you offer, make your offering of tulasi leaf or fruits or flowers or whatever bhoga preparations that you have done. Or suppose you want to reveal something which is there in your heart to the Lord. Now, somebody may say, what is there to reveal to the Lord? The Lord is already there in my heart. So he knows everything what is there in my heart. Why should I go and reveal? But then, when we go to have darshan of the Lord, uh, it is not just a mechanical process of simply seeing the deity with our material eyes. Darshana means actually, one of the meanings of the word darshana is realization. So darshana means not only seeing, darshana means it's a personal realization of the Lord. It is a sandarshana. There is a word called sandarshana in Sanskrit. Sandarshana means interview. Interview means I am seeing the Lord and Lord is also seeing me. I am beholding his form and his merciful glance is also falling on me. So that means it's an opportunity for me to share what I feel, what I am going through with the Lord. So the Lord likes this. The Lord likes when somebody, when a devotee uh, shares his uh, challenges that he's going through with the Lord. Even though the Lord knows everything, but when you go and reveal this to the Lord in front of the deity, it means you are considering the Lord to be your confidential, uh, master, and uh, and the Lord likes this. So revealing one's mind to the Lord, to the deity. So when we are going to reveal something to the Lord, oh Lord, I'm going through this challenge. Kindly, please help me. Please keep me under your shelter. So before submitting this, one should offer prayers to the Lord. Any prayer. And of course, I said standard prayer. If one does not know, the best prayer is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now, not only that, when we are offering arati to the Lord, we offer every item, right? First, we offer dhupa, then deepa, all these offerings when we actually offer to the Lord. Each time when the devotee is offering these items to the Lord, the devotee is praying to the Lord, offering prayers, either singing kirtana or offering prayers to the Lord and then saying, my dear Lord, Esha Deepaha, this is the lamps that I'm burning for your pleasure to welcome you. Esha Dhupaha, these are the incense sticks that I'm offering for your pleasure. Idam Arghyam, this is the water that I'm offering. So, like this, one has to, uh, the standard procedure before offering anything to the Lord, one must offer prayers to the Lord. That is the standard way of presenting anything before the Lord. Prabhupada is explaining, and Prabhupada says Arjuna is following this and he's teaching us by his personal behavior. It's not that all of a sudden you just go. Suppose you go to your boss in your office, your boss or your person whom you report to. Before you go to him, you knock at the door, isn't it? You knock at the door and you say, "May I come in? Is it the right time to talk to you?" Suppose you call him, you say, "Is it the right time to talk to you?" So these are all etiquettes that we follow, even with people of this world. Then what to speak of etiquettes with the Lord? One has to follow these etiquettes. So as soon as we enter the temple hall, we bow down, we offer our obeisances. That means, "Oh Lord, I am coming uh, at your service. I have come to serve you. Please accept me in your service." That is the meaning. So it's not that we simply barge in. Suppose there is an arati going on in the temple, all the devotees are participating in the arati, and suppose you are getting late. So quickly you want to get into the temple room, temple hall. So you cannot simply barge in like that. So as soon as you reach the temple hall, first of all, offer obeisances to the spiritual master, offer obeisances to the deities, and seek their permission that I have come to your place. Please accept me at your place. Give me an opportunity to participate in your arati. Permission to render service to you by singing and glorifying you in the arati. Like that, we bow down by offering prayers and then we join the devotees in the arati. So it's not that, "Oh, I got late today, so quickly I should." No, that should not be the thing. We should follow the etiquettes. These etiquettes are absolutely necessary. By observing etiquettes carefully, we can avoid aparadhas. If we want to, a devotee who is very diligent who is very, very much interested to make progress in spiritual life, he will never ever break these etiquettes. Etiquettes while dealing with the deity, etiquettes while dealing with the spiritual master, etiquettes while dealing with the devotees of the Lord, etiquettes while handling the devotional paraphernalia connected with the Lord. All these etiquettes have to be followed very, very strictly. Otherwise, if etiquettes are not followed, we become a victim of what is called familiarity. "Oh, I know this Bhagavatam. Why do we offer prayers before Bhagavatam class every single day? Oh, I know this book. I've read the same shloka many times. Why should I offer prayers?" No, I should offer prayers because I am now associating with the Lord. Bhagavatam is a literary incarnation of the Lord. Each word of Bhagavatam is actually the Lord Himself. So I have to be very conscious of this. So, in the same way, while entering the temple, offering obeisances by offering prayers to the Lord, before Bhagavatam, chanting these prayers, even while meeting a devotee, folding our hands and wishing Hare Krishna Prabhu, or Hare Krishna Mataji. So, this is all the standard etiquettes that we have to follow. And whenever we see the spiritual master, you may see him 10 times, 100 times in a day. Each time you need to offer Dandavat Pranama, fall flat on the ground and offer obeisances. So these are all etiquettes. When we follow these etiquettes, we become, we save ourselves from this familiarity, breeding contempt, and we will always be on the right track in on the path of Krishna consciousness. So here, even though Krishna is present next to Arjuna on the same chariot, and even though Krishna and Arjuna are intimate friends, still Arjuna, before asking the Lord what is the cause of this effulgence, he is offering prayers. So that is a very important point that we have to note here. Let us go to the next shloka. Now the Lord is going to reply to Arjuna's query. Text 27. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Vetedam Drodaputrasya Brahmamastram Pradarshitam Naivasau Veda Samharam Pranabadha Upasthite. Translation and purport by Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Know from me that this is the act of the son of Drona. He has thrown the hymns of nuclear energy or Brahmastra, and he does not know how to retract the glare. He has helplessly done this, being afraid of imminent death. Purport. The Brahmastra is similar to the modern nuclear weapon manipulated by atomic energy. The atomic energy works wholly on total combustibility, and so the Brahmastra also acts. It creates an intolerable heat similar to atomic radiation, but the difference is that the atomic bomb is a gross type of nuclear weapon, whereas the Brahmastra is a subtle type of weapon produced by chanting hymns. It is a different science, and in the days gone by, such science was cultivated in the land of Bharatavarsha. The subtle science of chanting hymns is also material, but it has yet to be known by the modern material scientists. Subtle material science is not spiritual, but it has a direct relationship with the spiritual method, which is still subtler. A chanter of hymns knew how to apply the weapon as well as how to retract it. That was perfect knowledge. But the son of Dronacharya, who made use of this subtle science, did not know how to retract. He applied it, being afraid of his imminent death, and thus the practice was not only improper but also irreligious. As the son of a Brahmana, he should not have made so many mistakes, and for such gross negligence of duty, he was to be punished by the Lord himself. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. So the Lord is replying, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Lord is saying, Vetedam, Vetha idam, Vetha, just know from me, Krishna is saying, idam, this Dronaputrasya Brahmastram. So this is the Brahmastra released by the son of Drona, Ashwathama. Brahmam Astram. It is the weapon produced by the hymns of Brahma. Hmm. So Prabhupada says this is analogous to the modern day atom bomb, nuclear weapon. And then the Lord says, Pradarshitam na eva asau. So Pradarshitam, it is exhibited. This effulgence that you are seeing is exhibited because of the release of the Brahmastra by Ashwathama, the son of Drona. And he says, Naivasau Veda Samharam. So this Dronaputra, Ashwathama, he knows how to release this weapon. So he has released it by chanting suitable hymns, but he does not know. Na eva asau. Asau means he. Na eva Veda. He does not know the samharam, the retraction of the weapon. He does not know how to take it back. And why has he released this then? Pranabadha upasthite. Pranabadha, because of extinction of life, because of fear of his own life, he has released this weapon, this Brahmastra weapon. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that the modern day nuclear weapon is a gross type of weapon, whereas the weapons like Brahmastra, Agneyastra, Vayavyastra, and many such astras, which were known by Arjuna and other Kshatriyas of the bygone ages, they are all actually a subtle technology. As I was telling previously also in one of the sessions, if you want to use nuclear weapons today, you have to grossly prepare the weapon and store it in some place. And then, with a suitable technology, you have to drop those weapons at the targeted place. That means you have to have it physically present with you. You have to carry it with you, drop it at a particular place using a gross technology. Whereas this was not how the astras were used by the Kshatriyas and great sages in the past. In the Kurukshetra war itself, you will find a description of so many hundreds of types of weapons that were employed by both the Pandavas and the Kauravas on the battlefield. Now, there are two types of weapons, Astra and Shastra. Now, Shastra is a gross weapon. Shastra is, for example, bow and arrow is a Shastra. Uh, a, a sword is a Shastra. Hmm? These are all Shastras, physical weapons. Now, Astras are subtle weapons, celestial weapons, which work on the power of chanting certain mantras. That means, uh, Arjuna, for example, a warrior like Arjuna can have a shastra with him. Say, for example, a arrow, and on the arrow he can invoke a astra. The shastra is physical, but on that he can invoke an astra. For example, Vayuvyastra. By chanting the mantra connected with Vayudeva, if he has the right understanding, if he has received that mantra from a guru and he has practiced it and he knows how to invoke the astra, plus he knows how to retract it also when it is required. So in that condition, he can actually invoke the Vayu Astra on the arrow and release it. Now sometimes he may not have a Shastra. But he knows the Astra. He knows the mantra for the Astra. Then he can chant the mantra, and he can suppose there is uh, a grass, for example, a dry grass. He can take the grass, and on the grass he can chant the mantra and invoke a particular astra and release it. An example for this we find in Ramayana when Lord Rama actually invoked a Brahmastra on a grass to kill a crow. Actually, the crow had come. The crow was the son of Indra, Jayanta. He had come disfigured as a crow, and he was actually torturing, creating pain for Mother Sita. And when Lord Rama got to know this, he became very angry, and he didn't have any astra, I mean shastra immediately, arrow. So he just took a blade of grass and invoked the Brahmastra on that, and he shot. He targeted that crow. And when the Jayanta came to his senses and he surrendered to Lord Rama and begged for mercy, immediately Lord Rama retracted the Brahmastra. He took it back. So that means a proper warrior is one who not only knows how to release the weapon, invoke the weapon, but also he should be able to retract the weapon. So it is a very subtle science, but it is a material science only. It is not spiritual. It is a material science, as Prabhupada writes here. So it is a material science, but it has a direct relationship with the spiritual method, which is still more subtler, Prabhupada says. So, so Krishna is saying here in this shloka that Ashwathama, out of prana badha, out of fear of his life, he has released this Brahmastra, and he does not know how to take it back, how to retract it. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, being the son of a Brahmana, Ashwathama should not have done this. First of all, the mistake that he did was, um, just for the sake of his personal protection, he used such a mighty astra called Brahmastra, which can devastate, bring about a large scale devastation. So, which is actually not permitted, number one. Secondly, uh, he did not know how to retract it. So, out of his emotions, he has released this fear. Out of his fear, he has released this weapon. So, therefore, he has done this. What he has done is both improper and irreligious, Prabhupada says. And as a son of Brahmana, he should not have made such mistakes. That's why previously, also in the beginning of this chapter, we saw Ashwathama is not referred to as Brahmana because he does not have a Brahmanical qualification, but he happened to be the son of a Brahmana, Dronacharya. Therefore, he is called Brahma Bandhu. He is a relative of a Brahmana, but he has no qualification of a Brahmana. So that's why, because of his gross negligence, he was actually punished by the Lord himself. How he is going to be punished, we will see that. Let's go to the next shloka, text 28. Nahyasyan asyan yatamam kinchid astram pratyavakarsanam jahi astra teja unnadham astragno hi astra tejasa. So the Lord further said, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation, the Lord continued, O Arjuna, only another Brahmastra can counteract this weapon. Since you are expert in the military science, subdue this weapon's glare with the power of your own weapon. Purport. For the atomic bombs, there is no counter weapon to neutralize the effects. But by subtle signs, the action of a Brahmastra can be counteracted, and those who are expert in the military science in those days could counteract the Brahmastra. The son of Dronacharya did not know the art of counteracting the weapon, and therefore Arjuna was asked to counteract it by the power of his own weapon. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Actually, why had Ashwathama released the Brahmastra? Because Ashwathama knew that Arjuna and Krishna are coming to punish him. He was full of fear, and he knew that he had committed such a horrible act of killing the Upa Pandavas who were sleeping. So it is a uh, you know killing of innocent children when they were not even on the battlefield, when they didn't even know that someone can attack them like this. So they were, of course, these Upa Pandavas were mighty warriors. They also fought valiantly on the battlefield of Kurukshetra against the Kauravas. They also killed many Maharathas. But then they were actually in a state where they were not armed with weapons. They were simply sleeping in their camp. They had not expected that such a thing, somebody will attack like this. Therefore, it was totally adharma on the part of Ashwathama to kill the sleeping sons of the Pandavas. So Ashwathama knew this, what he has done is wrong, and he also knew that Arjuna is now coming chasing for him. So he was afraid of for his life. Therefore, he released the Brahmastra. That was the reason Ashwathama had released Brahmastra. Now Krishna is telling in this shloka, Nahi asya anyatamam kinchit. Asya means of this Brahmastra, anyatamam, any other method, uh, kinchit, anything, astram prati means to counter. There is no other way to counter this Brahmastra released by Ashwathama other than releasing another Brahmastra to counter it. That's what Krishna is saying. Uh, Astram pratyavakarshanam. Prati avakarshanam. Avakarshana means to counter, to react, to oppose. Uh, Jahi astra teja unnadham. Jahi means conquer it, subdue it, O Arjuna. This astra tejaha, the glare of this weapon, unnadham, which is very powerful, and you are astragnya hi astra tejasa. You are astragnya. Gnya means knower. You are an expert in the knowledge of astras. You are an expert in military science. Therefore, O Arjuna, uh, please release another Brahmastra to counter the influence of the astra which has been released by Ashwathama. So this is what Krishna is saying, right? So Prabhupada writes in the purport, another difference between the modern weapons and the astras known to uh, Arjuna and other warriors in the past is that for these modern weapons, there is no counter weapon. For example, atomic bombs. When somebody releases atomic bombs, devastation is guaranteed. Once it is released, no one can check it. There is no way to counter it. But the astras were not like that. There are always checks and balances. So, for example, if a warrior releases, let's say, Varunastra, where it creates a rain of water, then the opponent can release Parvatastra. He can release a weapon which has the power of a mountain to stop the clouds, to stop the rain. So for every weapon there is a counter weapon. So this knowledge also was taught by Dronacharya to Arjuna and to of course other princes also. Uh, so the only weapon that can counter a Brahmastra is another Brahmastra. So Arjuna was told by Krishna, "Oh Arjuna, you are a astragnya, you are a expert in this matter of military science. Therefore, please release another Brahmastra to counter the power of Ashwathama's Brahmastra." So the lesson that we learn from this is half knowledge is dangerous. This point comes many times in the Mahabharata also. Abhimanyu, he only knew how to enter the Chakravyuha, but he did not know how to exit. So, because of which he became a victim of a conspiracy of all the Kaurava warriors, and he was mercilessly killed there. So, the death of Abhimanyu on the battlefield in a adharmic way, that is a clear indication of why the Kauravas are called demoniac. They transgressed all the laws of uh, war, fair warfare, and they 6 to 7 warriors together combined, and they killed Abhimanyu. Hmm. So Abhimanyu's half knowledge. He knew how to enter, but did not know how to come out. Here also Ashwathama's half knowledge. He knew how to release the Brahmastra. Out of fear he released, but he didn't know how to retract it. Hmm. So half knowledge is dangerous. One should know completely the science of any whatever one is practicing. One should know completely. Same way in Krishna conscious philosophy, Krishna consciousness also, uh, half knowledge is very dangerous. We should know the philosophy. We should also know the correct application of that philosophy. Uh, because many times we use the philosophy for our personal convenience. Just like Ashwathama released Brahmastra for his own convenience, for his own to counter his own fear. He did not worry about the other consequences of it. So one should not turn and twist the instructions of the scriptures just to suit one's own convenience. One should always be conscious that the philosophy presented is for a higher purpose, not simply to uh, for my own purpose, isn't it? Many times we give philosophical justifications to our mistakes. We take shelter of philosophy in a wrong manner. Hmm. If it is only in favor of us, we do like that. When it comes to judging others, we recklessly, ruthlessly, mercilessly, we judge the other person. When it comes to defending ourselves, we become the best lawyers and we use philosophy to defend ourselves. So that is not the way to understand and apply the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So in that way, half knowledge. Only knowing the philosophy is not enough. Practical application of the philosophy, where to apply, how to apply, when to apply, that is also very, very important. For example, if somebody says, I am not the body, I am soul, and the body dies, the soul does not die, therefore, I need not take care of the body's requirements. Now, this is a wrong usage of the philosophy. A devotee should take care of his body, but one should not uh, uh, take care of the body like the karmis. The karmis are very, very fond of their body, They think that the body is their only source of pleasure. That way a devotee does not indulge in bodily pleasures, but as much as required to maintain good health so that one can peacefully, properly practice Krishna consciousness, one must take care of the bodily requirements. Another example is for the same thing. I'm not the body, I'm soul. Body dies, but the soul does not die. Somebody may think, oh, let me go and stand on the highway. Let the vehicle pass on me. Anyway, I'm not the body. No, I'm soul. Now, again, this is a wrong understanding, wrong application of the philosophy. Philosophy is correct. I'm not the body, I'm soul. That is correct. Body has death, soul has no death. That is correct. But standing on the highway, let the body die. No, that is wrong application. That is wrong application. Then it is called, it is a sinful activity to commit suicide, to give up one's body. It is a sinful activity. That means you are thinking the body belongs to you. No, the body is given to you for a particular purpose to attain Krishna consciousness and go back to the spiritual world. The body belongs to Krishna. Krishna is Rishikesha. He is the master of your senses. So you have to use your senses and your body in the service of Krishna. So body, the owner is Krishna. So we are just a rent, we are a tenant, and this body is a rented house. We are a tenant in this body. So we have to work for the owner. We have to always be conscious that the real owner is Krishna. So this is the right understanding. So I should not neither overindulge in the sense pleasure, bodily pleasure, nor I should uh, think that the body can be destroyed at my will because I am frustrated. These are all not approved by the scriptures, not approved by Krishna. So human body is a wonderful boat. Krishna tells this in the 11th canto of Bhagavatam to Uddhava. He says this human body is a wonderful boat which can take you across the ocean of material existence. For that, you need to have a right captain. The bona fide spiritual master is the captain. You have to accept the captain's instructions. And you must also take advantage of the favorable winds, which are compared to the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, the Vedic scriptures. So, boat, breeze, and captain. The boat is the human body, the captain is the bona fide spiritual master, and the breeze, the favorable breeze, which will take you to the desired destination, are the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So, Krishna says, after getting all these facilities, if a human being does not take up Krishna consciousness, take advantage of this opportunity, and come back to me, then such a person is the greatest fool, Krishna says. So, after getting the boat, breeze, and captain, all the three we have. We have got human body, which is the only body among all species of life where we can cultivate Krishna consciousness. And we have also got the bona fide spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. And we have got the instructions, the favorable. So Prabhupada is the captain, and we have got the instructions from the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, which are so nicely explained by Srila Prabhupada. So the favorable breeze is also there. But if we don't take advantage of this combination, both breeze and captain, then we are the greatest losers. So let us not be losers. Let us not get swayed away by Maya's illusion. Let us always remind ourselves that we have got a mission to accomplish in this human form of life. The mission is to go back to Godhead. Let us take this very seriously. Let us be devoted to this mission. Let us not get diverted to anything else. So let us practice Krishna consciousness, chant our rounds, 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra very nicely with full focus, and let us study, take advantage of the books given by Srila Prabhupada. Let us study them nicely, and let us render service to the Lord and make the best use of this human form of life and go back to the spiritual world. So we will continue to read in the next session and discuss more. If anyone has any questions or any comments, quickly we can take one or two. Yes,
Hare
Ratnadi.
Krishna, bro.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
I have one question. That time you
Yes.
said that those who are taking part in Krishna Lila are his eternal associates. But
Yes.
I have heard another thing that yes, they are no doubt eternal associates, but some of them are not necessarily eternal associates. They are the sadhaka who attained
Yes.
perfection, and as a result, they are able to take part with his in his pastime. And then later, after this, they will go back to Godhead. Something
Yes.
like this also I have heard.
Correct. Correct. That is correct. So I'm talking about the devotees who are intimately, directly related with Krishna, like Devaki Vasudeva, Uddhava, and Arjuna, the Pandavas. These are all eternal associates, right? That is what I was talking about. And yes, well, the point that
Okay.
you mentioned is also correct. So Prabhupada explains this while explaining this shloka. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. There is a verse like this in the fourth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, anyone who understands properly the transcendental nature of my appearance and my activities does not have to take birth again in this material world, but will come back to me. While explaining this shloka, Srila Prabhupada said in one of the lectures that when a devotee attains, when a sadhaka attains perfection of bhakti, after his quitting his particular body, he goes to that particular universe where Krishna is performing his leela. There, he gets an opportunity to witness the leelas of the Lord and to serve the Lord there. And then, along with the Lord, when he goes back to the spiritual world, the sadhaka also goes back to the spiritual world with the Lord. Yes, that is also correct. So there are two different things. One, those who are intimately related with the Lord, they are all eternal associates. Whereas the sadhakas, as I mentioned, they take birth when they have attained perfection. They take birth in that particular place where Krishna is performing his leelas in a particular universe, and then goes back to Godhead along with the Lord. Good point. Is there any other question or any comment anyone has? So today in South India, especially, today is one of the festivals, Gaja Gauri, Gaja Gauri Vrata, Mangala Gauri Vrata. So Gauri means Mother Parvati. Since she has a fair complexion, she is called Gauri. So Gauri Devi, the wife of Lord Shiva. So uh, we can all pray to Gauri Devi, to Mother Parvati, by chanting this verse from the Brahma Samhita. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Bibharti Durga Ichhanurupam api yasya cha cheshtate sa Govindam Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The meaning of this prayer is Durga Devi or Gauri, Mother Parvati, she is taking care of Srishti, Sthiti, and Pralaya, creation, maintenance, and destruction of this material world under the superintendence of Govinda's will, the Supreme Lord Krishna's will. She is like the Chaya. Chaya means shadow. She just carries out the will of Lord Krishna. She exactly follows the will of the Lord. Chayeva yasya bhuvanani bibharti Durga. So she is called Durga, the superintendent of this material world. Ichhanurupam api yasya cha cheshtate sa. So she, her cheshta, her activities are always in line with the ichha, the desires of Lord Krishna, Govinda. So we can offer prayers to Mother Gauri today that, my dear Lord, my dear Mother Parvati, so you are always acting according to the will of Govinda. Please always give me this blessing that I also understand the will of Govinda as he has revealed in the Bhagavad Gita and lead my life according to his desire. So this is a prayer that we can offer to Mother Parvati. Tomorrow is Ganesh Chaturthi. Sometimes the Gauri and Ganesha festival come on the same day. Sometimes it comes on two different days, uh, consecutive days. So Ganesh Chaturthi tomorrow is also very special. Ganesha is the scribe who wrote down the Mahabharata as Vyasadeva recited it. So he has done a wonderful, it's a wonderful service that Ganesha has done by writing down Mahabharata, which contains the Bhagavad Gita. So it is Lord Ganesha who has written physically, personally, he has written the Bhagavad Gita. First, he only wrote the Bhagavad Gita as Vyasadeva spoke. So that means, in fact, it is said that when he was writing, his pen, there was some problem with his pen, it stopped writing. So he broke one of his tusks, and with his tusk, he started writing. That means he teaches us that for the service of the Lord, one should be ready to sacrifice uh, one's personal, one's body can also should also be used in the service of the Lord. Body, mind, intelligence, everything should be used in the service of the Lord. So today, if Bhagavad Gita is available in this earthly planet, originally the manuscript was written by Ganesha. So tomorrow is a very special day. So therefore, planned a book distribution uh, service tomorrow in Baswan Gudi. There is a big temple near Bull Temple. There is a Dodda Ganesha temple. So we have planned whole day book distribution there. A lot of people visit there to have darshan of Ganesha on this special day. So we are planning to put up a stall outside near the temple, and you can also come and participate. The book that Ganesha wrote, you can distribute to people, talk about Bhagavad Gita to people on the day of Ganesh Chaturthi and inspire them to take the Bhagavad Gita and other books of Srila Prabhupada. So if you are interested to join us for this book distribution service tomorrow, starting 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 p.m., we have. You can choose to come just for few hours. So I have shared a link in the WhatsApp group. So you can register in the link and you can come for this wonderful book distribution service tomorrow for the pleasure of Lord Ganesha, for the pleasure of our beloved spiritual master, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. So thank you very much. We will meet again in the next session. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाय, विश्व गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जाय.
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.